Today's guest is a distinguished personality. He's an expert in Chinese and African affairs and the Silk Belt and Road Initiative, which is an extremely important Chinese initiative to tie Asia to Africa and to Europe. 100 countries, on top of which comes Egypt, joined this initiative. Our guest is the writer of a column in the Chinese Focus magazine, or rather the China Focus magazine. He authored a great number of articles to the daily Chinese paper Global Times and China Daily, as well as China Investment, which are of the most important papers. We have with us Dr. Engineer Hisham Abu Bakr. Let's find out from him his debut and his story of success.
It was my dream, actually. From the beginning, I felt that I have some talent about this mathematics and geometry and lots of things like this. So from my perspective, I was thinking that in the future, if I became like an engineer, that will give me my opportunity to express my interest about mathematics and geometry and those science. So I joined the Faculty of Engineering, and I chose the computer science, which is in that time it was a very new branch, and it was a good opportunity for me because I was dreaming to make design for new kind of computers, because we have learned how to design the computer at that time. It was very intelligent ideas, and I was hoping Egypt at that time to establish the first factory to produce computers, and I will join this opportunity. But unfortunately, after graduation, I found this very is not that easy, because the computer technology needs a lot of investments, which was not available at that moment.
Engineer Hisham Abu Bakr worked as Information Technology Director for significant investment conglomerates. He improved the company's hospitality systems.
For my beginning for the career, I joined one of the most pioneer company in Egypt, which is very famous for to be an agent for international companies for different sectors, manufacturing sectors, and hotel sectors, and industrial sectors, a lot of banking sectors. And from this time, I joined like 100 engineers in this company. It was very big. I was responsible for the sector of hospitality systems, which is hotels, front desk, reservation, accounting, purchasing, point of sale. It was pioneer sector. Before, all the hotels was working manually on the paper, logs, and those things. But since that, the innovation of computer systems, so that field was very new in Egypt also. So I joined this pioneer field, and I was one of the first expertise in this field. I was very young, but I was called expertise because very few people in Egypt at that time know about this industry. I also traveled to a lot of places: Luxor, Dahab, Sharm el-Sheikh, also hotels in Egypt, a lot of famous and international hotels. I was responsible to give support and behalf of those international companies. I also gave some ideas how to innovate those systems to fit with our Egyptians' demands. And also I was joined with those expertise from foreign countries like England, like United States. So I actually changed my experience with them. And that moment I was very young, so I was have a good experience how to deal with international companies at that young age, which made from me different thinking from normal, person just graduated from the university. I got a lot of experience in a very short time.
Engineer Hisham Abu Bakr held the post of Director of Information Technology in the most important international hotels. He founded his first computer company in Sharm el-Sheikh.
I From the beginning, I was dreaming about how to do business, and I want to get benefit from my experience and make some innovations in this industry. So I started to open my own company. This company was established in Sharm el-Sheikh because my field is hospitality systems, and it was very growing company. Since just 1 year, I got 26 different customers, different big hotels dealing with me. I was giving support, technical support. I was giving internet service. I also giving supplies for computers and networking and a lot of stuff the hotel needs. At that time, Sharm el-Sheikh was not that easy to deliver the goods to them. So my responsibility is to make logistics for computer, because computers also supplies is very sensitive. Can you imagine if you want to check out from a hotel and you couldn't have some how to print your invoice, and if you have some restaurant check or have some your meals and the system stopped, so they cannot make your charges. So this hospitality systems is very sensitive, and I have to run the system for 24 hours without stop. This makes me know how to be very efficient and how to think out of the box, how to solve the problem very fast. And all those stuff of informations and technology and those things should be in my mind. And from my perspective, I was very lucky, because most of the time one engineer can fit with one system. But from my side, one engineer can fit for several systems. So I've been working for at least 6 or 7 different systems: telephone systems, point of sale systems, accounting systems. That gives me a very unique experience and makes me a very unique person.
In a big turning point in his career, and a major one, engineer Dr. Hisham Abu Bakr worked for the Ministries of Trade and Industry and worked in the field of economy.
In my life, I found I cannot live for all my life in Sharm el-Sheikh as a resort. Of course, I need to have a stable life, and that's why I moved to live in Cairo. At that time, I want to change another point of view about the work and the business. I'm no longer interested about my own perspective only. I want to join the government. And at that time, I joined Ministry of Foreign Trade and Industry. So I found it's a must for me to learn something about my field of working, not just being in engineering, to give support to my colleagues. So I started to do some other things, like joining National Planning Institute. National Planning Institute it was very good opportunity for me, as I got a diploma for account and political science. And at that time, I spent 2 years to complete all those knowledge and the courses, and got graduated after 2 years, full of hope that those knowledge I can apply in my ministry.
In another turning point, a drastic and major turning point actually, as we may qualify it, comes traveling to China. This had a major effect on his life.
Actually, from the beginning, I was trying to also exchange my economic experience and other countries, but I didn't get any opportunity. And after many years, I got this opportunity from the Chinese government. Chinese government gave us invitation to do seminar about trade negotiation. And at that time, it was a very good chance, because it's not only 2 or 3 days, it was 21 days. So I was happy to get this chance to visit as a delegation from Egypt. At least 23 persons joined this seminar from different sectors from the ministry, and I was one of those lucky 23 persons, and I spent 21 days in China as a seminar. At that time, it was good a chance for me to get to know about China and to know about some expertise in China. And I had the chance there at that time. I am the only person in the delegation that engaged with the Chinese expertise. They even invited me to give lecture to one of the biggest think tank in China. So at that time, I joined the seminar to get lectures, and also I gave lecture to them. So I'm very proud about myself at that time, also very proud for my country, because I got the chance to give the Chinese professors a lecture at that time about Egyptian economy situation and how we can develop the relationship with China. And spent a very wonderful time at that time, and left very good impression at the biggest and oldest think tank in China about my work. At that time also, after I returned back from this visit to China, and the Chinese side, those expertise and the think tank and different institutes in China, they was impressed about my lecture, and I found a lot of people saying, I don't know, contact me in Egypt and asking me to come to visit my office and exchange ideas about the economy, world economy and Chinese economy, and even how to make a collaboration between Egypt and China. And I welcomed a delegation. First delegation came to me was a director of an institute of Chinese Academy of Social Science, which is the biggest academy in China. The director himself came with a delegation, 6 different professors, and came especially to the ministry to visit me, and spent 2 hours talking with me and asking me how to develop the relationship, what is the barriers, and how to make the boosting between Egypt China relations. And after that also another delegation came to me, and since that time all the Chinese expertise and economic interested people and even the media people became very close to me from that time.
Engineer Hisham Abu Bakr was invited to the cooperation with the energy field among all civilizational countries forum. He was invited as a main speaker. The forum was held in China. He was also invited by the Chinese Ministry of Trade to give an important speech about the Egyptian-Chinese bilateral relations, and that was in Beijing.
After some time, I got an invitation from Chinese Petroleum Ministry, and this is the biggest company, in real estate company, not real estate, state company in China. Invited me to attend energy in the ancient civilizations. This conference, or this was very interesting and very unique, because the first time the idea is together the very ancient countries, China, India, Iraq, Iran and Egypt. And I was lucky to represent Egypt, and my speech was giving idea about Egyptian economy, development and energy sector, and the future of the energy, and how we can cooperate with ancient civilizations. So at that time they gave me the invitation to join this, and I went there for 4 days. It was wonderful experience for me to represent my country, and they said your speech will be put in a book, and we will distribute this book to other sectors in the government to get to know the valuable information about Egyptian economy and about energy sector, and how China can contribute to those development.
Some of the pluses that realized for engineer Dr. Hisham Abu Bakr are publishing his writings in private Chinese papers.
Chinese media is very open media, but they are very sensitive about the quality. In the beginning, they asked me to write one of the biggest state-owned newspaper and magazines, asked me to write about China-Africa cooperation and to give some ideas about this as expertise, because they know my information from those directors and professors in China. They recommended me. So I got those invitations to write articles about this information. And after I found Egypt has developed the new investment law, which is very good starting to reform and open up for the other worlds from Egypt's perspective. So I found a chance. This is my duty now to publish about this. And immediately I wrote a very big article about the new investment law, and I published this article in 2 different places. One of those places is China Investment Magazine. Another one is Global Times. And the Global Times, the newspaper, is the famous one in China. And they gave me a very big space to talk about Egypt, the new investment law, and to describe the opportunities in Egypt for investment. I found this very good to my contribution to my country, to to promote the investment opportunities in Egypt, and to give new ideas about Egypt, and to get those businessmen and the people in China, to get them involved in our reform and opening up. So at that time it was the very beginning, but I continued to also publish about Egypt-China relations and how to boost those relations in different kinds, especially after the Chinese side has proposed a Belt and Road Initiative, which was very important for the world, and also Egypt joined this initiative from the beginning. So I wrote a lot of articles about the importance of Egypt in this initiative, and how Egypt and China can collaborate together to hand in hand to boost this initiative and get benefit not only for Egypt and also for the region and Africa. And because Egypt is now representing Africa, as you know, Egypt is head of African Union.
Not only Chinese newspapers, but also engineer Dr. Hisham Abu Bakr got the chance to write for them. He also has a distinguished experience in Chinese television.
The Chinese TV has different kind of media. Has a group for Britain media, a lot of groups for TV shows and different kind of programs and news, live news and those things. So that I cooperated with both. First, in the beginning, I cooperated with written media, which is a website of the Chinese TV, CGTN English. And I published more than 19 different articles. Sometimes I publish every day different article, different kind of topics. And they said, Hisham, whenever you have good idea, just send it to us. And then I exchanged with them ideas about different countries and different topics. And it was good a chance for me to publish a lot of things about Egypt also in the Chinese TV. And this Chinese TV audience is a very large number of people. So after that, they invited me to do a TV show, which is a different section of the Chinese media. And I was invited by the Arabic, CGTN Arabic channel, which is targeting Arabic people all over Arabic world. So the people there talking Arabic. So I was invited to cover a lot of Chinese events, like Chinese Party Congress meetings and Chinese Party Congress news. And also I was commenting the Chinese economy and how the Chinese economy is developing, what is the challenges that Chinese economy will face. And also I joined some programs covering the relations between China and the Arabic world. And every time, and from these programs, always Egypt in my thinking. And I always mentioning Egypt in this, involve Egypt in these topics, to make the focal point also very clear that Egypt is an important country. Even the Chinese economy is huge, but also Egypt also is a very focal point in this huge system.
The master's degree experience that Dr. Engineer Hisham Abu Bakr acquired from China is a unique experience. Success story of engineer Dr. Hisham Abu Bakr isn't over yet. He's scoring more and more successes along the way, and he's dreaming of more achievements in the future.
When I'm talking about my Master of Business Administration that I have got from China, I'm talking about a lot of knowledge, because from my perspective I want to know more about the Chinese experience and the Chinese, how they achieved this big achievement to be the second largest economy in the world in such a short time. And how they managed to do this growth rate 15% and 14% for many years. And even the lowest growth rate is 6.55%. And from my perspective, I was eager to know all those information because I am concerned about my country, and I want to transfer this knowledge and this experience that Chinese have to our government and to our businessmen, and exchange those informations to make the required innovations for our policies, government policies, and even the private policies. So from my point of view, joining this kind of master degree, it was very good opportunity for myself, and also I consider it also for my country. So the course only lasts for 10 months, very concentrated and very short course to get the master degree. And it was very unique because this course, they brought to us very intelligent and experienced professors and businessmen and even politicians. We have Prime Minister of Poland, ex-Prime Minister of Poland, ex-Prime Minister of Kosovo, Bosnia, and head of Asian Bank, and head of Latin American Bank. A lot of different professors and lecturers and expertise and businessmen came to join this course and give us lectures. That's enrich our knowledge, and not just from the books, but also from the real life. And a lot of Chinese local expertise also exchange with us the ideas and the experience that the Chinese society has challenges, and how they developed, not only from the lectures and the sitting and the training courses room, but also we got field trips, 2 field trips to touch Napoton, all the lives in real, for the factories, for the industrial zones, for different government officials, how they manage those things, the daily life. And this was very unique. The second thing I want to mention about my study is that I got achievement from my university to be the best thesis award, and my thesis was about China-Egypt economic zone, Suez economic zone, and this research I did was very unique and very important for the China and the Egyptian sides. So they gave me this reward. The reward is a certificate and also as money combined with the certificate reward. And from my perspective, I choose this topic because I want to promote this Suez Canal economic zone also in China and all over the world, because my research will be recognized for all the researchers, not only in China, also in other countries all over the world. As you know, the research is published in the system. So all the informations I gathered from my research, and I brought very valuable information about my country and the importance of my country and the importance of Suez Canal economic zone and how to develop this area. What is the benefits the investors, entrepreneurship, or the enterprises will get if they invest in my country. So also a good opportunity for me to promote my country and encourage the investments. This is was my also perspective when I choose this topic, to choose something related to my country and make some benefits from it. The most influenced person in my life that inspired me was my father. My father didn't have the chance to develop himself to get bachelor degree. He got middle level education, but he always thinking like a very very educated person, and he also very proud about himself. He has his own dignity. So I learned from him. Even though sometimes you don't have the chance, but you can develop yourself to be something. Even though you don't get official or legal education or going through university or something, but you can read books. He always read books, even poetry. He developed his culture by himself. So even in his work, he also recognized as a special person and promoted very high level of jobs because he is different from others. So I also learn from him how to be different. Not only one person like following others' way. No, you should learn how to make your own boss, your own stamp in the world, your own ideas. So to be a unique person. So all these things I learned from my father. My dream in the future is not a personal dream, because I traveled to many countries like England, like China many times. So my dream is Egypt to become one of the most developed country in the world. I hope maybe next 10 years or 15 years, Egypt become like a third or fourth country in the world with respect to economy development. And I found Egypt is a very big economy, and the perspective for our development is very high to be one of those countries. But we need a lot of change in our policies and a lot of changes in our culture, also work culture, and some systems have to be changed. So policy, culture, systems is very important to achieve all those things together, to make the car of the economy going fast and going forward. And I hope this dream become true while I'm alive.